Welcome everyone and welcome to All In, All United.
Remember the comment you made?
I comment on varsity.
Run Ryan.
And everything. You have players out there.
I think the fellas are taking more serious.
Hey,
What grade?
that one had to go.
Yes, because at the end of the day, right now, Manchester United are
What we saying, fellas? What we saying? What we saying, fellas?
Okay.
What we saying, gentlemen?
Hey, that's it.
What did the Jimi Hendrix?
That's it.
Andre 6000 going on here.
That's it. I heard it. It's a good thing Marcel is got chicken there, boy.
Hey, I was expecting him to say Jay-Z.
Watch man. They were going on.
If
So they was
Marcel
real
score
good.
a hat trick, if Marcel score a hat trick, why boy would have been drunk? He would have been able to
Nah, watch man. Today was a real good day, dog. Today was a real good day. You understand? So much so I didn't even get time to go to the barber. You dig? Anyway, gentlemen, and those who are
We
viewing,
put
welcome to All In,
it in your hair, Miracle
All
Grow.
United. Yeah. You understand? You understand? We out here to have a good show this evening, fellas. You understand? Show
Like
Yeah.
Jack and the Beanstalk, you know, where you sprinkle on the top of your head and everything that's how they grow.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go there.
Yes. So
You
guys,
take one, take
welcome. Welcome to All In, All United. You know, the Anthony Martial edition.
Hey.
Yeah. How are we talking about, fellas? How are we talking about? Right? I hope all are feeling well as I am. We're gonna do that thing there.
You see, this is karma. This is what you call it karma. You're doing too much, dog.
Internet,
Tell you to have a seat.
the internet could predict this.
Internet freeze up on them there, you see?
Yes, man.
Freeze up.
Way.
Internet freeze up.
The internet freeze
They
up.
tell him hold
Yeah.
relax and holy hand. Now okay, don't.
Yeah, right. Right now, Facebook is scanning them too.
He freeze up, yeah.
Anyway, the show
He's gone.
will go on. The show will
Correct,
go
that's
on,
right.
man. The show will
The
go
show
on.
will go on.
Anyway, welcome to All In, All United. Until we get take over for a little bit, right? So, anyway, what's going on, guys? How y'all feeling today?
Hey, good.
Good. Man. Another victory in the
yeah.
books. We can't give extra.
Yeah.
I mean,
And especially after the performance, not a bad performance as well. We could have scored. We should have scored more, but
Yeah.
say what? You know, it is what it is. 3 points in the bag, and we continue to go because again we see the form Newcastle in, and you see Spurs would have won also today. So massive 3 points in the bag.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I mean, early kickoff, but but also, like you said, Nico, 3 points. Like you said, we should have been a bit more clinical today because they had at least a good 5 chances where Rashford had 2. You're back, Reem now?
Anthony could have had a brace.
Are they?
Anthony could have had a
Are they?
brace. Let's be honest.
Are they?
Yeah, no,
Inside?
good. All right, pass it
Right.
over to you then.
Yeah.
Yes, gentlemen.
So Reem, you supposed to be who tonight? I don't know, that's for clarity now.
Watch man, somebody who enjoying life. That is what I am right now. You
All
understand?
right. Somebody who enjoying life.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Good.
So
Whoever that is.
Yeah, whoever that is, right?
Whoever that
Kareem
looks
Hendricks.
like, that is what I look like.
Kareem Hendricks. That was call him from now on. Kareem Hendricks.
Yeah,
This
all
is
that.
I get
I'm taking all that. I'm taking all that, fellas. I'm taking all that, right? And I hope the internet play up with me this evening because this evening is not an evening. Don't be on that, right? Don't be on that. Anyway, so let me get into it, guys. You know, let me get into it. Let me enjoy the program this evening. You understand? Because I mean,
Yes, sir.
3 points,
sir.
right? And I mean, earlier,
Correct.
2-0 at full time really do injustice to how good we were. I mean,
Yeah,
the level of domination.
definitely.
Yeah. The level of domination, the amount of clear cut chances we were creating. Right? I mean, from what the stats saying, I think it was 29 shots we had. Right?
Yes,
11
and 11
shots
on
on
target.
target.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
8 big chances. Right?
21 was in the first half,
Oh, good.
I think that's the most we've ever had as a club in the Premier League.
Yeah,
Yeah.
them
Wow.
boy look so fluid, and to think it's at a point in the game where I was nervous and annoyed. You know, at the same
Yeah.
time, because earlier we know how football could be cruel and unforgiving sometimes. We had
Yeah.
ample chances to slaughter Everton,
Oh yes.
right? And we only had one goal
Yeah.
to show at halftime.
Yeah.
We had to be able to kill off games earlier. We have to be able to kill off games. You know, all you know, we are the only team in the top 5 with a single-digit goal difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Plus
Yeah.
seven,
Yeah.
it's plus 7 now, right?
Yeah, 7
Yeah.
and everybody have 40 something and 30 something and all kind of thing. What
And
we doing
today
earlier?
today show
Newcastle are about
why.
26 or something.
But on the flip side, though, we actually are joint top with the most clean sheets.
Yeah.
Right.
The
Yeah.
here had the most clean
Yeah.
sheets.
Yeah.
The here has
Yep.
the most clean sheets.
No,
He
that
take it today, yeah.
that's the hair tied with Nick Pope right now, I think. Yeah.
I think it's 13 each. Yeah.
Anyway, so thankfully, you know, as Ten Hag has been doing all season, you know, making key substitutions,
Oh Lord.
you know, and you know, these people have been impacting the game.
Here
certain-
we go.
Yeah. A certain
yeah,
gentleman by the name of Anthony Jordan
Maguire?
Martial came
I
on.
thought it was Maguire.
No partner. Maguire start. We're talking about the substitution source, right?
Maguire was the guy sub
Let me
today.
finish, right? A certain gentleman by the name of Anthony Jordan
Moment, Nico,
Martial
let him
came
have his
on,
moment.
right? And it was game over, right? Clinical in front of goal, you know, where others were having an off day, right? A lovely layer
Agreed.
from Rashford, our game that. But with eloquence, my boy Tony, his touch, and then he beautifully put this game to bed, right? And after that, Everton were done, game over, right?
Game
And
over.
let me just put this story as we on it. In Anthony Martial's 30 minutes versus Everton today, right? We're talking about a 94% pass accuracy,
Jeez,
21
that is-
touches,
Somebody end the
15 passes completed.
And
The stream there.
Right?
The
Let me
stream
finish.
there,
No.
man.
Let me finish. Let me finish. Right? 1 out of 1 long ball pass completed. 1 foul, 1 key pass,
And
1
stream.
goal. Right? Tell me if there's no man in the match all here.
10 out
How
of
much?
10 for Anthony Martial today. 10 out of 10.
Tell me if there's no
How
man in
much
the match.
beats our sweat?
But
How much
take
beats
that
our sweat run?
Class.
How much beats our sweat run on for it?
Front of the class.
Oh Lord. Hey.
No, but definitely my boy Weggy was missing that chance. Weggy was missing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, he was missing that.
100% he was missing
I
that.
got, I got more good news for you, Nico. It is official that Manchester United will not re-sign Weghorst this summer.
That's
He will
official?
not.
You sure that's on the official app?
From what I understand, there's multiple people reporting
I
this.
saw the report. But
No, I
Yeah,
gotta
but
listen.
me I need no report to know
Put it
that.
in.
Me I need no
Put it in.
report for that, Nick.
Yeah,
we know that.
Right? Nice. So let me
So
get some
that
comments here,
definitely
fellas.
means we looking for, or we going for.
We going for something in the market,
quality,
yeah.
Quality in the market.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Definitely.
The
The moment they say that he was staying, and I started panic. But the moment they say he going,
Yeah.
that means we're gonna look for something in the
Yeah,
transfer
for
market.
sure.
They said they were
For sure.
considering. They never said he was going on stay. They never said he was going to stay. They was considering it. Let me not get carried away. Man, read our report and overhype the whole thing.
Mhm.
Nah, but that report didn't need to come out for me to be convinced that he wasn't staying here.
Get through the comments, Reem. They come here.
Yeah. Let me get the comments here, fellas. Javid on the inside. Glory, Man United. Are we talking about, buddy? Thanks for joining, man. Saying so many positives except injuries. We will talk about Rashford and that injury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Curtin on the inside. Good night, buddy. Thanks for joining, man. Yeah. Arun. Good night to you. Yeah, buddy. Curtin. Tony Martial came from France. The media said he had a chance.
How many shows have I done and I've
down
never
the
heard
drain.
Cream singing?
Tony Martial scored.
often does this happen?
Tony Martial love to score against Everton. Don't worry now, man.
Brother.
Don't worry now, man.
I tell you, Kiran, imagine when imagine if he
Martial,
start check.
Up today, boy.
We will come back with Anthony Martial tattoo on his chest.
A tattoo.
The man got his tattoo at the front and he got his lyrics at the back.
Yeah.
Hey kid on, thanks for joining, man. Yeah.
Nobody.
Question the song that we talking about. South men only thief and Wi-Fi, boy. Me and all know them now, boy. And I want to call on them because I want to be promoting no Wi-Fi network. You understand? Got on shipping this. Simeon on the inside, thanks for joining, man. He said anytime you get happy about Martial, he gone, oh gosh. Listen. No, it's not the type of negativity. Fireball on there, right?
Let me not do that tonight.
Jordan the inside, blessed night, man. St. Camis is just Everton, as usual.
Yeah, but that should I get about 7. We should have make up that 7 from Liverpool.
But I'm telling you, all right, how Reem looking like Fred? So Fred, like please,
Fred.
Simeon saying Maguire say anytime he starts, we win. Thanks, Captain.
Yeah, that was the first 2 games. That was after the first 2 games of the season. All he could have seen was the bench until Tanak feeling sorry for him.
Yeah, Everton on the inside, thanks for joining, man. Good evening to you. All right, Javid saying here, passing was so incisive, positive movement. The clearances were controlled. Even Wan-Bissaka had 4 shots. Even Harry Maguire was good. Only he was finishing. Credit to Pickford, but we need finishing school. Clearly,
Don't do that. Don't do that. I see it all there.
Credit to Pickford, my ass.
Don't saying here baby steps next season. We will destroy them, of course.
But then it's everybody next season.
We have plenty games this season still. Yeah. Kaden saying here we might have a piss poor Everton. G. It was all. It have a piss poor Everton G. You overdoing.
I think he meant to say it was a piss poor Everton. I think that we tried to say.
You had a beach in front of you. Ronaldo counted all them goals he scored on the beach. Leave Marcel alone. Right.
The Arabian plumbers and beer.
Yeah, boy. I'm telling you, boy. Jody saying yes, but fellas, we will not be keeping man. Come now, man.
Hey.
I realized as soon as Rim started to jump out himself about Marcel, the man just pick up it. Oh God.
I will take a 2 piece of violence with a side order of savagery on it, please.
So fellas, let me get into the mix. Right. So team sheets and general thoughts. Let me get into the game now, fellas. And I want to spin it like this on Ollie, right? Let me take this approach. What are 2 things that you learn or stood out from today's performance and result? Go through.
Who wants to go
Anthony has to work with Benny McCarthy this summer.
Yeah.
That's one thing for sure. The pass from David De Gea, the pass from Bruno, the pass from Terrell. Last year, that could have been Anthony's hat trick today. So he definitely has to work with Benny McCarthy this summer. That was one thing for sure. For some reason, Scott only plays well when better midfielders are about to come back, or better midfielders are going to be coming to Manchester United. You saw when we signed Casemiro, Scott all of a sudden went on a 3 or 4 game.
Yes, I agree.
Playing well, and then he played shit versus Manchester City. Then he was dropped. Now all of a sudden Casemiro's coming back, Scott scoring goals.
And Ericsson as well.
Yeah. Ericsson as well too. Yes, can't forget Ericsson. Scott all of a sudden wants to play well now, right? That's 2 things we learned today as well. I learned a couple things, but I let the panel talk.
Yeah, good.
JP, you want to go ahead?
Again, no, I go ahead. Again, what we learned today.
Yeah, go ahead, Nico.
Is that? Oh, sorry. Yeah, what we learned today is that again, we don't know who is the better right back with Dalot and Wan-Bissaka, and if it is we're going for Frimpong, who we getting rid of, right? Because as terrible as the miss was from Wan-Bissaka, he was pretty okay, you know, and he made a nice little pass. I think I can't remember who ran onto the pass, but he made a nice little pass at showing a different confidence and invention in Wan-Bissaka.
Even before the pass, Nico, you saw Bruno sent the ball to Wan-Bissaka, and Wan-Bissaka
Yes,
had to run and control it.
on control on the corner.
On the corner,
Yeah,
and dribble
yeah.
out 9 men and then pass it back to that was Wan-Bissaka
Exactly. Yeah, so so again, that was something learned. 1, 2 again, missed chances. Missed chances. We need to be more clinical on the missed chances. That was 2, 3. That again, as with Rim Boy, I think we need Marcel in the team. Again, something we have learned. Yes, and I have always said that. And the teams definitely look different, Marcel and the team. So again, that was something else that we have learned. 4, I think Sabitzer looks better. I think Ten Hag would have gotten, the headache of finding a balanced midfield right. Because he was tinkering with the midfield. We were struggling in the midfield, but he got Bruno to play a disciplined type of football, playing deeper, and then he got even Scott playing at the best I've seen Scott since the beginning of the season playing. And then he got Sabitzer functioning and affecting the performance of the team going forward. So that was some of the takeaways I would have taken away today.
Yeah, man. Go through now.
So just kind of going off what Nico was saying there, I think we learned that Bruno proper role in the team could be in a deeper position in the midfield. And Rayman and I was talking about that the other day. Do kind of like what we did with Paul Scholes and take him from further up and bring him a little deeper, because today I think Bruno was excellent. He was world class in that position today. He was all over, but at the same time he was more disciplined and he'd take a lot better care of the ball today too in the position that he played in. So that's one thing.
Yeah.
And the other thing is something not really learned, but something that was reinforced in this game, is that we need to spread the goals around the team, because we're too heavily reliant on Rashford scoring. And I think that is why the goal difference we see in is where it is. And we're not killing off teams. So today, where we had an opportunity in the earliest to make it at least 4-0, we didn't take the opportunities because we're so accustomed to Rashford being the man scoring this season. So more people need to take responsibility for playing the ball in the back of the team.
Yeah. Greg?
Yeah, I mean, a lot what was covered was pretty much the same sentiments. We have to still give credit to the players that really stepped up, especially Scott McTominay and Anthony Martial. Yes, I'm giving him credit. Reem, don't act like I'm downplaying what he did today. Overall, like we said, the main issue will always be the finishing, because we could have had 5 goals in our first half alone, if we're being very honest.
Easy.
Chances that Anthony missed, the Wan-Bissaka miss. I'm not gonna be too hard on him for that, because he probably didn't realize how much time it was a snap reaction in that situation. I mean, even if you go up the next way, the fella from Everton, Sims, he had more time than Wan-Bissaka, and he still dragged the ball wide. So it wasn't the worst miss on the field.
But Greg, Wan-Bissaka is missing out with a coordination. If Wan-Bissaka that's a tad more coordination, he was scoring. Yeah.
No, but I understand what Gregory trying to say.
It's just a clumsiness with Wan-Bissaka,
Yeah, Wan-Bissaka does always need a touch.
I wasn't going too hard on
Yeah,
Wan-Bissaka.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. So not. Yeah, me neither. That's look at it. Like, any day was a situation where he reacted. He didn't leave the ball there. I probably would if he had left it alone. So for him to react the way he did, give him credit. But unfortunately, just woefully missing in that regard. But we're not gonna hold that against him. It did come back to haunt us. And like I said, you see Scott McTominay. I get people are saying that he likes to show up when he knows men coming in and coming back for the spot. And I think in itself, that's not necessarily a bad thing. The only issue is that he needs to do that more consistently. Don't wait until you know Eriksen and Casemiro coming back for you to come and play a fight for your spot. If you want to be there, fight for it every single time you're on the pitch.
Correct.
So for me,
And he doesn't do
for him
that.
to take that goal the way that he did, and that's my biggest issue with Scott McTominay. He's a decent player, but when he's off form, you can see it. When he's on form, he's a different kind of animal. And also another statistic that also I found,
animal opinion.
apparently he actually has. Well, I try to
Go
bring him on a
ahead, Greg.
compliment.
Go ahead.
Wow,
You're
let's
going good.
away.
You're going good.
Well, let's
You're going good. You're going good.
yes. So my final point on this is that
Yeah.
actually Scott McTominay has now scored more goals than one Paul Lamille Pogba in 20 from since 2020.
Wow.
3
All
goals.
right, all right, all right,
3
all
goals.
right. My two takeaways or what I learned is one, Ten Hag, he know how to find solutions because we were so worried about how we go survive, without Casemiro. And I be honest with you, I know it's just Everton, I know it's just Brentford, but I'm feeling a little more confident, right?
Can't
A
say
little
just
more.
Brentford
Just-
again, eh?
Yeah, I know that, but I know. So, but the way the team played in midfield against Brentford and today against Everton, I felt a sense of confidence in the ability of them to do a little more than just depend heavily and solely on Casemiro, right? So, Ten Hag figuring things out. That is my first point, right? And my second point is
Oh Lord, Jesus Lord.
Tony Martial
We know.
came from
We
France.
know.
The media said he had no chance. But yeah, Tony Martial scores again, man.
I know he gonna mention something about Martial because he couldn't hide the smile before he stayed on my
Of
second
course. You know what?
Martial is clinical. Martial is
Zidane
clinical.
called. He wants his hair back. Zidane.
No, but hear what I'm saying,
Back.
right?
Just saying.
Hear what I'm saying, right? In a day where I was real, I was concerned about how we missing plan. I was telling JP, sometimes when we miss them kind of chances, you could bring it down to be one of them games now, boy, where you come and you drop points and you ruin the misses now. But it took one of the players who have that kind of clinical element in his game, to come off the bench, right, and seal it for we,
Wow.
So yeah.
I thought he was going to talk about the pass from Sancho, you know?
And even his pass from Rashford.
But pass from Sancho what? Boy, behavior.
Because Rashford could have played greedy. Because Rashford could have played greedy as he has been playing. But
If it was Wout to Rashford would shoot.
Now he
Yeah,
had
Wout
to
was
shoot.
shooting.
He
Yeah.
had to shoot because anytime he passed there, I had all vex. Yeah, that's it. Hey.
Oh Lord, I don't see Jody comment. Good
I
Lord.
guess Wednesday fellas. There's some comments here, fellas. Cave saying yes, someone said Martial heal. Fellas, yeah man, thanks for joining. Cave. Jody saying here, Cave, where are you? We need to side with the room tonight. Kidan saying here, where the wig when Marcel hit the ball running now? Watch the cutback after one goal. Here now. Kidan, here we're going. Alright, I tell them fellas and them, I endure real old talk for long. Right? Start sucking the living daylight out of anything I get. Right? So, I know when I might get this again. But I know I might get this again.
Nah.
Right?
Now we
you
did
also
that
say
every
you want
game.
to talk about.
Let me be positive. Let me have Martial.
No, what's saying? Yes, we gain it. Yeah, we want that. But you know how Marcel is. Marcel could get injured walking out.
Nah.
Tomorrow,
No, we can't afford that.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying.
Don't say that, man.
No, you understand what I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying.
Remember Rashford out right
You
now,
understand what I'm saying, Nico.
I hear you.
I want Marcel to stay fit. If anybody in the world, but if anybody in the world want Marcel to be fit and be putting his meat on, right? So I saying, just in response to Kiran, I had to take it out again now, buddy, right?
Yeah.
So chances are when he score the hat trick, I could be normal because he back to usual scoring and thing now.
Right.
Yeah?
No more nothing. You can have balance.
Kiran saying here we need to talk about Bruno Fernandes in the 10, 8, and 6 today. It's been a while since I've seen Bruno look this top tier. Yeah, fellas.
Yeah, boy.
Bruno.
I don't know if it's just Everton, but I think the freedom at the pitch. I think Bruno excelled with the freedom he got at the pitch today because Bruno looked real quality.
Bruno enjoyed himself today. You could tell for sure.
He did.
He
looked like prime Paul Scholes today at that point in time.
That's what. Yeah. Them passes he was pinging.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
He was on a different level
and
today.
watch,
I mean, you saw that.
but all you expected Everton to play, because I've been honest with you, traditional Sean Dyche, I was expecting you come to Old Trafford. I mean, we beaten teams bad in Old Trafford. Well, when I say bad, in terms of domination, right? Not really score lines, but we winning at Old Trafford. You will come and play that high line, because that's where we were seeing all that where we were benefiting from it, and Bruno was just pinging them passes and getting space all behind. And it happened time after time, and I didn't see Everton making any effort to change and sit deep. Nothing.
I don't know. I don't know if you remember when we played Newcastle at Old Trafford earlier this season, and Anthony was roasting Dan Burn, and I called it that Dan Burn will be subbed at halftime. Fast forward today, when balls were over the top and Godfrey wasn't winning them, when halftime I think Godfrey was getting hooked, and so done.
Yeah. Facts. So I don't know if it was a blind spot in Sean Dyche. I don't know, but they were probably just trying to stay in the game for as long as possible and hope for some kind of luck, But nah, boy, them give you too much space, and it's a real pity that we didn't really punish them now, boy.
And Pickford makes a big save. As much as we have put somebody shot by. Yeah, I think Pickford had a decent game as well. But
there
he
were
was
a couple
clean.
of times that meant sure a goal was going in.
Yeah, and then he was clean.
Most were at him.
He didn't.
I feel like most were at him.
I think he was clean with it, but when we being clinical, the top goalkeeper in the world, if he being clinical, would not have a chance. Most of the time. But he did what he had to do or what he could have done, and he did it well.
But Nico, there was maybe one save that Pickford had to make that he had his hand outstretched. All other shots were straight at him.
They were straight at him. Yeah.
Straight at him.
Yeah.
The Anthony one.
I think he did well. I think he did well.
The Anthony one that Malacia sent to him over the top.
Yeah.
That's the one that Pickford had to stretch out for. Other than that, they had about 4 or 5 shots that we took today to Pickford, and he literally held it.
That's Henry. We scored the hardest goal,
we scored the hardest one.
Yeah.
The first goal.
Yeah.
McTominay, that was the hardest goal.
That was the hardest goal
as well too. The Bruno header in the second half as well. That was a good save as well too.
Yeah. So Kaden, tell me, will you take which one you would like to see Bruno Fernandes in going forward? The 10, the 8, or the 6? All right. Simeon saying here Sabitzer working into first team. Nico, what are you saying? Sabitzer.
Yeah, he was good today. He was good. I know we were talking about it. He wasn't top. he wasn't top, but he was good today.
My volume up to all. I want to hear.
No, he was good because let me tell you why he was good, right? And not more than good. Let me tell you why he was good and not more than good. Because the moment Ericsson and Casemiro back into the team, he will be back on the bench.
Okay, I want to know what going on.
But he was
something
good.
Against that, but
he was good.
That really debunked why Sabitzer was not good just because Ericsson.
No, I said he was good. I said he wasn't top. He wasn't world class. That you have a question mark if to start him or not. I don't think you have a question mark.
Does Nico has an issue with Sabitzer or something?
No, all I said in the past is that he hasn't done anything for me to say, give Sabitzer a contract in the summer. But of the last 2 games, he has been bringing more to the table to put that question. If you put that question to me now, I would say, no, hold up. Maybe let me look at him for a few games again, and then we can make a decision.
Nico,
but before then,
let me give you 2
I
options.
didn't see anything to say, well, yes, sign on the dotted line. Go ahead.
Right, good. You got you. If you could sign Sabitzer and get rid of Scott McTominay, you would take that.
No, that hard question.
He ripping it hand off, boy.
No, that a real difficult question. That a real difficult question because Jed, all up my spot, Phil, that was a terrible question. That was a terrible question. You put me on a spot.
If I was the host, I would make your face full screen right now.
Yeah. That's tough.
Do it.
No, but hear this, right? Hear this, right?
Do it.
No, but hear this. Just going back to something Nico had said there, right? And it's something when we were having the big debate about Sabitzer sign on or let him go back, right? I was saying we haven't seen enough of Sabitzer to say whether we should sign him or not. And all Sabitzer needed was a consistent run of games for him to show quality. And
Correct.
and after on the back of 2 starts or 3 starts, right? You're changing your tune, Nico.
No,
right?
but that's in a different position. In a different position, right?
No.
He is playing in a different
Let's forget position.
position.
We're talking about the confidence that comes with consistency and playing regularly. That's what we're talking about.
But he could have been playing consistently deeper. He could have been playing consistently deeper and looking for.
But
we're talking about the manager finding. We're talking about the manager finding solutions.
Yeah, the manager finding solutions.
Getting consistent minutes.
Right.
And the players looking better, so he have you thinking now before you wasn't going to sign nobody.
Of course, and I agree.
You see, if
memory serves me correct, Sabitzer used to play number 10 at RB Leipzig.
Yeah.
Or number 10, right? So I would actually
he played it all across actually in Leipzig. He played as a 10, he played as an 8.
I bet Bruno Casemiro and 8 and 6, and if possible, play Sabitzer in the 10, and then Martial up top for the next game. Not White Horse though. So.
Jackie, what are you saying?
Yeah, I was saying, the thing is, remember when Sabitzer came in, Sabitzer was really supposed to be like for Ericsson to play with Casemiro.
Yeah.
But then Casemiro get a card, his guy 3-match ban, and then it happened again. So we didn't really get to see him next to Casemiro to really say, well, okay, we could see what he did in that position. But I think in the number 10, you're seeing where he really, you're seeing better movement and thing from him there, and his involvement, his intelligence. You're seeing that aspect of his game in that position.
Yeah. Let me move on to the comments. So Cave, given his, and guys in the comments, don't forget this is on the table, right? What are 2 things you would have learned from today's performance and result, right? So Cave saying here, 1, Bruno in space and with time is a joy to watch. Maybe this is why he has played so much out wide and now looks like he belongs in the deep role. Still does get center, the number 10. Bruno is a G. Yeah. And I think 10, it makes sense because 10 had probably figured that out as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So his second observation is Sancho is figuring out how to do the things he did in Bundesliga and the Premier League. Scary hours and the new squeaky bum. All right? Yeah. Kurt on the inside, good night, man. Thanks for joining, buddy. All right. Jody saying here.
Can I just
it really looking like Phil only with hair.
Wait! Wow.
Exactly. No, we can pull out the glasses. Yeah.
Anyway, just to kind of elaborate on the points that Cave were making. Well, that one threw me off. But yeah, I get what Cave is seeing, because at the end of the day, you're giving Bruno the freedom to be a bit more of a free roaming player within the midfield area. He has that ability to control and orchestrate the game differently, and I believe Ten Hag is getting the best out of him, allowing him to do that. And as regards to Sancho, you notice how he's able to weave a bit more into spaces because he's not being really restricted into one particular position or one particular side on the field. Even though he started on the left, there were times he would drift into the 10 as well too. Players that are able to interchange in positions can bring a bit more fluidity into a team's midfield. So you can see the benefits from allowing that, and it complements each other's game in that regard too. But just to touch on Sabitzer, just to end it off, Sabitzer is very versatile, and this is something that Ten Hag will always want with his midfielders: versatility. You don't have one particular player sorted into one particular position. Everybody can play and replace each other on the pitch if need be, and you don't lose the same level of creativity, the same level of movement, the same level of passing range and ability within the team. So even though one may not be available, the other person can come in and slot in. The more quality we have like that, the more of a threat this team will be going forward.
Correct. Arun saying here, Bruno the Engine Fernandez had a really good game from deep. Yeah. People noticing it.
No doubt.
He did.
All right,
he really did.
Simeon saying here the partnership you see between Marcel and Rashford is special. let me use this as a segue to go to the next point. How frustrating it is for us fans, and even if you were in Eric Ten Hag shoes, put yourself in Eric Ten Hag shoes as well, right? How frustrating it is as you get back Martial, Eriksen, and Casemiro, you lose Shaw and Rashford.
The nature of the beast
can't
you're
win.
dealing with. The nature of the beast you're dealing with.
You feel like you can't win at this point.
Yeah, but no, but the good thing is that you have a Malacia that functionally left back. A bit more composure and experience, and he would do well. And then you have Martial coming back. Anthony, hopefully Garnacho should come back soon as well. Sancho finding a bit of form. So I
Casemiro
think
suspension done.
so I think as much as you lose Rashford on one side, I think that other players coming back at a good time to supplement the team. But that is the nature of the beast we're dealing with, and that is what it is.
True.
It's one of
JP
two things. It's one of two things because I mean, with Rashford getting this groin injury, I know of a groin injury. A groin injury gonna take at least a good 6 weeks. At
A
least
whole
6
6 weeks.
Good, so
A
long,
groin,
right?
it's a groin injury, Nico.
Judgment.
A groin injury, Nico.
Sheesh.
That's how bad it is, boy.
When you had a
Wow.
groin injury, it could take at least minimum 4 to
So
5 weeks, and then with proper rest, it could take
Caveman, confirm that for me in the comments there, buddy. 6
Yeah,
weeks, buddy.
yeah.
Perfect,
Same
Caveman.
fella. Wow.
Knowing
least a
Rashford,
month.
knowing Rashford, he's gonna want to try and pull himself back in too.
Okay,
You had about Rashford night about his body could recover. Go
I used
ahead,
to be an
Phil.
athlete. Caveman used to be an athlete as well too back in Barbados. So Caveman confirmed that as well too. But anyway, with
Yeah.
regards to Rashford being injured as well, I still got faith in about 4 or 5 players that can bring us goals.
Yeah.
Anthony, Bruno, Casemiro, Sancho, and
Martial.
possibly Martial.
No possibility, Phil. Not no possibility.
I do that purposely. I do that purposely.
I think Eriksen has some goals as well. Eriksen has some goals as well in him.
Yeah.
So hopefully
Yeah.
everybody pull it together and spread the goals around.
Yeah, a couple of dead ball specialists in between that mix too, so can never
Yeah,
tell.
but JP, tell me now, I mean, and Ten Hag been saying, he only 3 times so far this season, 3 times, he was able to select from a fully fit squad. And now you're thinking that, well, you're getting these fellas back, and now, boom, Garnacho, boom, Shaw, boom, Rashford. How frustrating that is for a manager, boy?
No, it had to be frustrating. It must be frustrating, especially when it's your top player like Rashford, and then the person who was kind of the backup to him was already injured in Garnacho. So we kind of lose something with not being able to bring him on too. So now Martial is a player you can't really count. We have Martial back because he's a player you have to manage with his injuries. And I think with Varane being on the bench today, seeing that Ten Hag trying to do that with players that he know prone to injury. So where it have a game that he could give them a rest, he doing it. Martial is not a player we could say go in and hold on the left side or on top so that you could really substitute for what Rashford was doing. And I think what frustrates me the most is that like just a few minutes before, I was like, all right, Ten Hag, 2-0. Time for Rashford to come off. Like just before the injury, I was like, yeah, time to take him off there. We done, it's 2-0, the game done, we good there. For a long ball for him, chase it, injury. Like that to me is the most frustrating part of how we get injured. The game was done.
Yeah,
We win already. He had to protect, and he has been protecting Rashford in recent games by taking him off. I don't know how he took so long to take him off today. Because I am sure it wasn't his plans to do it today, but you can't tell when a player going to get injured.
True.
Yeah.
And I mean, this isn't the first time we've had situations where certain players you want available for certain games, they end up getting into some kind of trouble, whether it's an injury or suspension. Because everybody remembers what happened to Casemiro. Everybody remembers what happened to Casemiro before the Arsenal game. We needed him to come off in our Crystal Palace match. Before he come off, yellow card.
Yeah.
But Greg, let me put this one to you now, because some fans, fans has been some fans blaming Ten Hag for Rashford injury in the sense that because I think JP just kind of alluded to it. You know, he was expecting that. You know, the game was already won, and you know we could afford to take Rashford off, knowing how key he is for the team, right? Do you see it the same way that Ten Hag should
No,
have,
absolutely not.
or is it that? Well, go ahead. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, let's face it. We can never blame a manager for anticipating an injury unless the player goes into the game with an injury already sustained. If someone sustains a fresh injury while on the field, that's not something that the manager can necessarily prepare for at that point in time, because you know this person has been playing, this player has been reliable, consistent at that. So for that to come about now is like, oh wow, that was unexpected. You know, you can't necessarily blame a player, blame a manager for that. That's not necessarily that's something
Exactly.
you could predict.
How can a manager, fans, people on the bench, how can you predict that a player is going to get injured?
Yeah, what crystal ball.
That's
Yeah,
a
what crystal
that's a
ball
very
on.
silly.
What crystal ball on the
that's a-
bench.
oh,
Yeah, that's the only hope. Yeah, what crystal
Imagine-
ball.
it's just a very reactionary take. It's a very reactionary take to something in a
Imagine if
situation like that,
all
because
20 managers in the Premier League knew that one of their players
that a
was
player was
going
going
to
to be injured. Yeah.
Correct,
You think
correct.
But
if you think Pep would does like to hear when he know Haaland have a hamstring problem or that, it's just like, oh, like he not necessarily gonna want that to happen, but he has to prepare for it. He has to deal with it as
But
it
you know,
comes.
you can-
It's not
you
something
can-
that
you
he
can-
knows.
You can predict if a player may get sent off. And by
That's
that I
another
mean, if you see a player making all these rash tackles and the referee keeps on warning him, referee all of a sudden gives him a yellow card. You as a manager have to decide, okay, do I pull this player aside and say, you know what, I'm gonna take
Yeah,
you off, or do I keep him on? Right? And I still go back to Crystal Palace game. I think Ten Hag did not take off Casemiro enough after the 80th minute because Ten Hag knew that we have Arsenal next, right? Ten Hag knew that Casemiro, if he got one more yellow card, would have had to miss the Arsenal game, right? So that's the only thing you can probably predict, right? So
JP, want to say something?
It stems back to the whole situation with like Jose and Mario Balotelli back in the Champions League in 2010. He knew Balotelli was on a yellow. He knew Balotelli was
Yeah.
like, talk to him and tell him, hey, I don't have any other strikers. Don't get another card. One
Yeah.
minute later.
but also Jose Mourinho at Real Madrid told Sergio Ramos and somebody else to get sent off because they would have missed. I remember that.
yeah,
Jose Mourinho, that was a good move. Anyway, I see Caveman responded to the injury. When you're ready, pull it up. Pull it up when you're ready.
Yeah. JP, I wanted to say something on this.
yeah. I was just going to talk about something that we talk about during the game, Reem, where maybe our style of play too could be a contributing factor because we don't really hold on to the ball. It's like we always trying to force something to happen when we have the ball. So we don't have like the ball retention skill where we could kind of knock the ball around and kill off a game with just passes too. I think that's something that we need to add to our game as well because that time in the game it wasn't necessary to give Rashford a ball to chase like that in the box because it's 2-0. Game 1, 3 goals don't make 6 points. It's still 3 points.
Yeah.
So I think something we could add to our game too is the ability to just play the ball around, retain the ball without having to press for a goal. I think that's an important skill in football too.
Correct. I agree with that. Nico, you have anything to say on this? Or
No, that's in terms of what JP was saying there. I have to have a question mark over that because let me say you're playing football and you know that defenders tearing and you have a striker with pace to outrun the defenders are tearing, then that is a strength to your team now. Put it over the top, them two fellas, the roast, right? Put it over the top, let him run onto it and score. But again,
Yeah, but
it's all about football intelligence, right?
Be that as it may, in a situation where we had a 2-goal cushion, sometimes you have to measure the risk
but
from the
That's
what
Yeah,
was
and it's something.
no, it's not about 2 goals
You
because
can't,
here why?
you can't always tell yourself as much as you
Pep
want to.
Pepe talking about no 2 goals.
See,
Klopp
Nico,
talking about
see,
no 2 goals.
Nico,
The
I
top
see-
players
but
in the
here-
league is talking about no
Nico,
2 goals.
Here's the difference between us and City, right?
Look,
And before
look at
I go
look at the
back-
quality of Pep team compared to ours.
Nico, we got 8 games this month, Nico. We got 8 games.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that's
so we had a
Yeah, but as
manager.
long as Rashford on the field, he has a strength. He has a strength to play too.
It don't matter.
And then-
I would rather.
and he did it for 80 something minutes.
Nico,
Yeah.
So what I mean is,
Exactly.
but it's not he alone. Remember, he run against defenders who tiring as well.
But Nico, Manchester United has played 49 games. You know how much games Marcus Rashford has played? 47.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
to me,
And
that
you know
don't
what?
matter. To me, that don't matter.
The
It's
thing
just
is,
unfortunate
Nico-
that he get injured. But if that is
Yeah.
his strength, he played to his strength. But unfortunately, he got injured.
Now,
Because we
I
saw
agree with you,
today-
Nico.
Yeah, sorry, that's not. And we saw today
Yeah.
where Rashford was outrunning the defenders. We saw the chances he
Yeah.
got in the first half where he should have taken. So
No.
I guess all that fresh, but
Right.
unfortunately he was injured.
Now, the only way I would slightly blame Ten Hag, and this is me nitpicking, is if we were up 4 or 5-0. You're asking yourself,
Right.
why is Marcus Rashford still on the pitch?
Yeah.
Right?
And that's what I was now going on say for like if we were more clinical in the first half than in the late stage of the second half, we would already be like 5-6 up based on how the game
Exactly.
was going.
And exactly,
And we would need to be playing that
Yeah.
kind of football. So but I mean we were
exactly.
2
And
up.
now we could blame that. Yeah, now we could say that.
Yeah.
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 If the fact we didn't take our chances would have led to Rashford injuries, and we could put it down to that. Because then we said we go into the first half 3-0 up. After 60 minutes, 4. Then Rashford was coming off after 60 minutes, which and that's being.
I kind of
But
see
I-
where you're
but I-
coming
but
from,
again-
Nico. But you're being
again, that's
a
not on
bit
Ten
too
Hag.
harsh, though. You're being a bit too harsh. I see and I understand your logic, and it makes total sense. But I might go back to my original point. A manager cannot predict that
Yeah.
player will get injured.
Yeah.
Now, let me just add something that I don't know if you all have been aware of, right? Ten Hag was kind of grilled in his post-match, about why he had to go for Rashford, and what he said is he needed to, because he understands the kind of relationship on the field Martial and Rashford has, and he said the only way that you will get that kind of understanding
Chemistry.
is off repetition.
Right.
And so he needed that to be developed. That's why he left him on to play with Martial. Because he
Yeah,
knows
right.
going forward how important 2 of them would be together now.
So it's really Martial fault then.
It could probably be that then. It could probably be that. It could probably be that. It could probably be that because Ten Hag understand what's going on with these 2 players, and he want to get as much,
Yeah. Minutes
that
together with
chemistry,
them.
understanding.
Yeah.
Correct.
If
to
we
help
won't
that
get-
partnership develop.
If we want to get
Yeah.
technical, JP is Christian Eriksen's fault, because he's the one that played the pass over the top, right? So we move.
Guys, don't forget to like and share the podcast, right? We have about 12 people looking, and we only have 5 likes. We appreciate if you all could just click, the like button, right? Just get some comments, guys. Kevin saying he have always believed in Martial. Lies, move, right? Jody saying here, him sucking on Martial, go like, oh god. Right? Simeon saying here, top teams don't let Bruno breathe. Right? They just kick him down and he just be in his feelings for the rest of the game. Hopefully this good play continues though. Yeah.
It's the position as well. The position he plays a bit
Yeah,
different.
the position. Yeah.
Correct. Jody saying here, but Reem, as soon as Martial came on, I see Harry give him a ball to run down and he say, oh boy, please. He had chasing the low scores, trust me, that man is an intelligent player. Alright, Cave saying here, Everton had some weird tactics. It's like they just formed a block in the middle third, a high line to not invite pressure, yet they weren't pressing from the front, something that accompanies high line. Well, that is it, exactly. Right? If you have a high line, that means you're pressing from the front. Right? They give us too much space and time on the ball. Alright, Kurt saying here, I'm actually seeing Anthony taking on his man and driving in the outside instead of cutting inside. Changing up the game plenty.
He is. Yeah.
Cave saying here, Anthony downloaded and installed the right foot trait. So him getting to the byline using the right foot and cut back. Yeah. Yeah.
He looking way more balanced.
Yeah, for real. Jody said Nico, the man must be now finding his footing in the league. So yeah, give him a few more games. But this is Sabitzer you're talking about. It'll be hard now to assess him, seeing Ericsson and Casemiro will be starting back in the starting lineup. True. Alright, he had the impact of the bench. That's what he had to do now.
Exactly.
You know, Arun saying here, any chance we've seen Garnacho again this season? Ten Hag
Yeah.
said yes. Ten Hag
And
said
April,
yes,
probably.
but he didn't want to give a time frame. Alright, so
Really?
let's see how that
Like-
goes.
like
Because
closer to the end.
Ericsson was way ahead of schedule earlier. Alright?
Yeah.
Jody saying here Sancho had a brilliant game today as well. Yeah, Sancho was
He
good.
did.
Sancho was
He
good.
coming on leaps and
Right?
bounds.
Yeah. Jody saying what I learned today is once my guys' mentality in the right place, they are unstoppable. Correct. Right? Ten Hag said he's not rushing Garnacho back to the team. You know? Kurt saying yes, he's gonna surprise men ending the season. Only realize that he is a bit more fluid in his movement.
Yeah, too late for that.
Well, that is jacking up his price, Newcastle will pay more for him for that.
Die all. Simeon saying here, was back on for Rashford.
Yeah, I was thinking that's what happened. Yeah.
I thought Ten Hag would
Yeah,
have gone for
go.
Lestri never.
I was
Yeah,
expecting
go.
for the street for real.
We got options.
Yeah, I
We
was
got
expecting for the street.
options. We got at the end of the day, it will be Martial, Anthony, and Sancho, or Martial, Bruno, and Anthony, or something like that.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Christopher.
Yeah.
We back.
Just before you was hiding there.
Martial,
As only
it's
as
done.
Martial come back, just before. Alright, you was hiding.
That remains to be seen with
Good
this.
say, hey, imagine Mason reintegrating into this team. My word. Yeah, boy. Watch me. Telling you, Mason will be real problems when he come back.
Martial can carry the goal.
Christopher saying here, Marcel can carry the goal. I agree. So I agree with that too.
He stay fit. What's he
Right?
stay fit?
Yeah.
Darian on the inside, thanks for joining, man. Yeah, he's saying the Premier League really wicked that early morning Saturday game. Sunday evening would have been much better. Plus, we're not even flying out for the Europa League. Yeah, earlier this was a complaint Ten Hag, you know.
Yeah.
You know, we'll talk about his schedule. And this is what, you know, he had to say, why did the Premier League give us the late and the early game Saturday? Right? Then you run a risk. It's part of the schedule we find ourselves in this situation. Right? And I think it was in response to the whole Rashford thing, because he's saying
Rashford injury, yeah.
they have to wait on the news of his injury. It doesn't look well. Yeah, he's saying we have to protect our players. We cannot play 3 games in 6 days. Right? So Ten Hag was clearly not pleased with the scheduling of the games. Right? Where am I with the comments? Right. Simeon asking here, he's saying we might see Ilanga.
Yeah, I forget about it.
Right. I didn't even miss Ilanga.
I don't.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Yes,
So
Marty
who
goal
games?
by Jody by
So-
Marty goal. Alright. Kaden saying here we tend to cause our own problems at times. Alright. I don't know if you want to continue if it's our okay, yes. Yes, he's saying we tend to cause our own problems at times. If we put the game to bed from early, that injury was not happening. Facts. Right?
Yeah.
Keep saying here Rashford will probably be out for the rest of the month at best.
Yep.
What?
Yep. It's a groin injury. It's a groin. You know, you ever had a groin injury, Reem?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. I had a grand injury.
Damn.
Tough.
Unfortunate, but at least he'll come back with some freshness. Hopefully he doesn't try to rush the process. And knowing Rashford, he gonna rush that process, right?
You want to rush it, yeah.
No, not Ten Hag.
That's why I know say. That is what I know said. He will try and
Ole.
declare himself fit.
Under Ole, but not under Ten Hag. No.
Yeah,
We
true.
can see. Kurt saying here, well, if I was Ten Hag, I would have tried Palestri on the right and something Anthony on the left.
Play
In
Anthony
his
on the left.
natural side. Play Anthony on the left in his natural. This can work and surprise teams. Yeah, well, I mean, somebody was talking about the dynamism of the players that Ten Hag likes, so very possible. All right, Jody saying here Ten Hag is doing that because he wants Anthony on the right to cut in with his left foot and shoot on goal. We're not playing to put crosses in the box.
And that's with that comment there, and I was surprised it had a chance that Anthony had today on his left foot, opening up his body on his left foot, having the whole goal on his left foot, and still put on Pickford to save. That was frustrating.
But it was a great save from Pickford. It was, but I saw the chance. Yeah,
Pickford should not have a chance. Exactly, Pickford should not have a chance because it's comfortable on your left foot. The whole goal, Pickford on this side, you have the whole goal on that side. On your left foot.
You know Van Persie slotting away. Aaron Roberts slotting away.
Salah eating that first.
Away. But not Salah of this season. Salah of last season.
But Salah of this season, we're putting it away.
Yeah.
Kidon saying here, Nico Rashford played 3 games in 6 days. Do the maths. Alright?
Count them 3 games, man. That's not wait. Let me count them games. Where them 3 games was?
Newcastle was Sunday. Yeah. Wednesday and Saturday. Yeah, Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday.
Wow.
6 days. Yeah. That's craziness.
Don't
forget, it's crazy.
Don't forget, we had to travel to Newcastle. Newcastle's on the other side of the country as well. Too.
Yeah.
Correct.
Boy.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Not forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's why Ten Hag was pissed, he do, but I mean, it's affecting the team now, right?
That's plenty, boy. Got Shaw gone, Rashford gone.
Garnacho.
Maguire almost gone too. Well, I say, I high school, but
I mean, that one was okay. It's like,
let's see when Martinez push him back and say by line.
Like and he push him from his head too. He pushed down his head.
Hey, Wakanda forever on the inside. Good night to you, Martial forever. That we talking about? Yes, of course. Jody saying here, as soon as Martial, he connection stick. Christopher saying here, look at that smile on Ten Hag face anytime he talks about. I'm telling you, boys, I love. The man no quality. The man no quality. Let me just put this up for you.
Every time Ten Hag talk about Martial, he's smiling.
Here we go.
I'm finish.
Here we go.
Ten Hag on Martial. This is post-match, right? He say, when he is fit, he will contribute, no doubt. Right? He makes a difference. I shall put difference in full caps, Anyway, he said, and he was
relax yourself now, boy.
He was referring to the City and the Liverpool games. Right? He said we need to keep him fit. Right? Paul Scholes. Right? Paul Scholes will flip-flop, but I'll take in this comment, right?
Yeah.
He say, if he can stay fit, he will score 20 to 25 goals. Right?
So everybody know that, but the fitness is a major part. Yeah.
But he owned against Sevilla. I remember just saying that he owned goals against Sevilla.
Yeah, for real.
It's like we playing at home, eh? And what them goals, eh?
For real. Jody saying here, Van Persie, Salah and Robin was just like Anthony in their younger days. Relax, he will get good eventually. We had to be patient. We had to be patient. There's the man first.
No, and I think you're seeing where he's working on his game already. So I think that's important.
Yeah, you see where he
and then his tracking back too, and put that to his work great. You had to give him that there.
Yeah, that defensive contribution is key. Yeah.
Correct.
Kidon saying here, Sancho, Marcel, Anthony playing the Sevilla game and caused problems. Remember, I said it here first. Good eats on Thursday. Yeah. Yes, Kidon. Yes, Kidon.
Yeah, but we didn't have a choice. We had to play it, so yeah.
You might start Weggy, but you might start Weggy and bring Marshall off the bench. No, because remember we had,
No, I hope he do that, boy.
no, remember we had to
I
preserve
feel,
the
but he
man.
might,
No, we are telling you we had to preserve
No,
the
he
man.
actually
Remember?
might, yeah.
If it is the man so
Yeah.
important to the team and he's not 100% fit or you don't have that confidence he could play from the start, then bring him on by all means. And then finish the game.
I ain't not gonna lie. I thought Vegas was gonna play for this game because I figured it's a more cater for him, but I'm glad he didn't.
How does I cater to him?
Yeah.
Because
No,
remember,
Captain
Everton is
back.
big defenders and physical people.
Yeah, but Vegas not even good in the air. So
Yeah.
No,
That's
I
not a
think,
joke. You
no,
see Size, you
but
gotta
listen, why I'm saying is nobody expected Everton to play that high line, so the fact that Ten Hag didn't pick Weghorst was a
And that's
masterstroke because it's
And that's,
Yeah,
that's,
well,
that's,
yeah.
the confusing,
Yeah.
that's the confusing part. Sean Dyche teams don't play high lines.
They don't.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
but we figured it out very
naturally
early.
low block with
Really?
Yeah. Jason Jakey on the inside. Thanks for joining, man. He's saying Maguire, the GOAT captain, is back.
Now you had a good game. Go. You had to give Jack his jacket.
Maguire.
No, he did.
Yeah, no,
he
yeah,
definitely
true,
did.
true.
we had to give him credit where it's due, eh? We have to give him
Yeah.
credit where it's due.
Yeah.
He did
And
have
this
a-
the
Other
and,
than-
The man-
and earlier, this is why we need our squad, and we need when we
Yeah.
pull squad players for them to represent. Go through, Jay.
Yes. Yeah. Because I'm demanding power foot wrong today. I already can't
No,
remember him doing anything wrong
I
today.
get
No.
frightened. I get frightened with the tackle on his Gray.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
kind
in
of
the box.
Gray in the penalty area. Yeah, he
Yeah.
had no ball and
He had hands on him, yeah.
He had a hand all over the man.
Yeah, he had hands on him, yeah. But other than that, I think he didn't perfect wrong. Same here. Yeah, I was quickened. Yeah.
Actually, if the referee give a penalty, I would not be surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jody saying here, them fellas real greasing and gas up ream when coming to Martial. Jody, relax.
We gassing him up.
Right?
He do that all on your own.
And Cave saying here, ex-wife chasing current wife day before, banging in goal against Everton on match day.
Yeah,
Stars
that
are
video.
online for Marcel FC.
Yeah, that was going on.
Boy, Real Bacchanal with Marcel 2 to ex-wife.
What?
Wait,
Real Bacchanal.
I didn't see it.
I saw that video, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a video too.
Yeah.
Big thing going when they go by big thing with them too, man.
The caption is in French. The caption is in French, obviously, because they both speak French,
Yeah.
right? So
Kaden saying here you could see Bruno in falls 9 tails.
I feel Martial has some trade in him, you know.
He doing Wegs. Ten Hag know what he doing Wegs. Go come on and lock the midfield. Hey, man's on midfield now.
No, we not seeing Bruno. We ain't seen Bruno now for us now again. I ain't seen that.
Yeah, no.
Bruno either playing that in
Nah.
the 10 or in the deep. He ain't playing
Yeah.
Or wide.
That
or
was like
one of the
happening again.
positions.
Or wide, yeah.
Yeah, because Ten Hag don't figure it out. Ten Hag don't figure out I try that and that don't work.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Forget that. Scrap that.
True.
Yeah, scrap
Yeah.
that. But
Jody saying here it was in the comments he was talking about Greg, right?
oh, okay.
Yeah. So fellas, last thing before we wrap up, right? We want to look ahead. We want to look ahead at the Europa League game quarterfinal. It's quarterfinals, right? We expecting we hosting Sevilla at Old Trafford, right? So fellas, I mean, I know all of them might know much about Sevilla, but what kind of game you expecting from Sevilla, and how do you think Ten Hag will line up, right? There we go. Nico, start you off now.
yeah, again, coming from Spain, you know, they come with a bit of that technical ability. You know, it don't matter what team coming from. Yeah, I break up there.
Yeah, better.
Right, yeah. So again, we know they come with a technical ability. We know they come in that, let me say, that chance that a player from Sevilla get that chance, and most likely it might be in the back of the net, right? So again, we know they come in compact. We know they will be coming to hit on the counter as well. We know they come in with possession-based football. And again, it's just for us to continue doing what we do at home. We know Old Trafford is our fortress. No doubt we want to win the game, but still we need to be cautious and take our chances. Not like the chances we had today and didn't take them. If we get half of some of those chances, we need to take them on Thursday, because even when we go over to Spain, it wouldn't be an easy game, because we know Sevilla is the perennial champions of the Europa League. And they had a pedigree in the Europa League, so they know how to play home and away in the Europa League. So just for we to go out and continue playing as we play at home and win the game.
Yeah. Greg?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of have to share Nico's sentiments a little bit, because Sevilla in La Liga and Europa League are basically two horses of a different color. They're currently 13th in La Liga, so they haven't really. Their form has been pretty much been kind of up and down, but they've done well. They're in the quarterfinals. I believe they beat PSV very convincingly in their round of 16 match. So they're always going to be one team that, and given our history with Sevilla over the last 2 to 3 times we played them, we have not found it easy against them. They've come and they've poisoned us in our own backyard. And absence in the last time we faced them in Europa.
Is PSV or
I think once we keep the likes of Ivan Rakitic. No, I think it was PSV Eindhoven they played.
And the leg before us?
If I remember correctly.
Let me see.
Yeah, in the leg before us, I believe. I could be wrong, but I know they made a
Fenerbahce.
Fenerbahce.
Yeah, Fenerbahce.
Okay.
Yeah.
My apologies. The fact remains that they are still one of those teams that we will not find it easy to face. So, knowing that we're going to expect that, like one key of Ivan Rakitic and Yusuf El Neri, which is one of the top strikers, quiet, we should have a bit of an easy run. And Rakitic, especially orchestrating, once we can nullify his impact on the game, then Sevilla will tend to kind of break down, because they don't really have anybody else to really kind of string it together. He possibly would, but I like our chances this time. I think, given the way they're playing, it's more of a system and not just reliance on individual brilliance as we have in the past. I like our chances of getting past them this time.
JP?
Yeah. You throw me off there, Reem.
Yeah, but you threw me off.
That thing real scotching, boy. That thing real scotching.
Now you know how girls will weave the spiel.
Boy.
Wow.
Oh gosh. Yeah. No, I actually feel confident for this game because I know this is severe competition, right? But looking at how they progress, they actually lost to Fenerbahce from what I seen in the second leg, but they won 2-0 in the first game. So, but they lost 1-0 in the second leg at Fenerbahce. So, yes, this is severe competition. We know that they are accustomed winning this, but they're not in the best place right now. They have a new manager, and they drew their first game with him. I think that was the first game they played under a new manager, if I'm not mistaken.
Out of Vigo, yeah.
Yeah. So they drew that game. So it's probably the best time to play the Sevilla team because it's not the same Sevilla that are custom dominating this competition. And so what I have seen, so not looking at the opposition but looking at us, what I have seen from Ten Hag, see, like, this is not something we used to with other managers being able to actually play Spanish teams. Ten Hag seems to know how to beat the Spanish team because we did it with Barca, and then we had to do it again in the last leg. So, and it never looked like Betis. It never looked like either of those sides would have gotten the better of us. So that is what has me confident for this Sevilla game. Also, we're going to have a very rested Casemiro back in our midfield. Ericsson is back in our midfield.
Correct.
So that is the engine room there you're talking about that was winning us games all the time. So add those two players back into that midfield. I can't see Sevilla beating us in Old Trafford. We had a convincing win that game too.
Yeah. What you saying, Phil?
I was slightly not confident before I heard JP, but I'm a bit more confident now.
Me too. Me too.
I can tell you why, right? Because Greg we mentioned that they're in 13th position. Because let's be real, if they're in 13th position in La Liga, they put all the eggs in one basket, and that basket just happens to be Europa League.
Europa League, yeah.
But then when Reem said go through JP, I was like, oh right, well, I feel a bit more confident, right? Don't get me wrong, yeah, 13th in La Liga, new manager bounce. It's not the best result for Sevilla in La Liga, but at the end of the day, they are one of the top dogs in Europa League for the last 5-6 years now, right? With a well rested Casemiro and Ericsson coming back, I think we can handle the business at Old Trafford. If we can keep a clean sheet versus them as well, I'll be a bit more confident, right? We could win that game easily 3-0 if we take our chances and keep on. Well, I don't think we can meet any more Spanish teams on the way, right? Because after that is if we do go through, it's against either Sporting or Juventus,
Or
and
Juve.
that would be an interesting.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But until then, yeah, feeling a bit more confident, and let me just put away Sevilla, and we worry about the second leg, in Spain.
Yeah. I think Sevilla went through a lot this season. You know, they changed what 3 managers, right? And that does tend to do something to the team because sometimes the
Changed
adjustment. Yeah, Lopetegui was there, then they fire him, right? Then they bring in some baller dude, right? And he didn't even last long. Well, then they changed 2 managers, and then they have this new guy
Two,
that's
yeah.
installed
They're
this
on the
season.
third now. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're on the 3rd manager of the season, right?
They the
Something
Spanish.
like
It's the
Chelsea.
Spanish Chelsea. I'm to them.
Yeah, something like
Yeah.
Chelsea, right? And before prior to this season, we have not had a good record against La Liga teams, right? But I mean, under Ten Hag, we've been taking La Liga teams out, so that fills me with some confidence, right? My issue, and I think we saw it; it was evident today, is not today alone. Sorry, we've seen it throughout the season because when you can't beat teams like Omonia and put them to the sword, and even today now, right? You had the chance to trash Everton, and we only leave with a 2-0 win. Right? That's more concern. Our inability to be ruthless as together with the kind of chances we'll be creating. Because I just always think, if it's not VAR, some fluke thing, and we find ourselves on the back foot. Right?
Yeah.
I wary of those kind of instances or occurrences. So all I want is that we go, the food there, we fill we belly, right? Like we don't play with we food. So if we're creating chances, and we just create chances at Old Trafford, if we're creating chances, all like the clinical, and let me put the game to bed in the first leg, where we could approach the second leg like how we approached the second leg against Betis, where we didn't have to force anything.
Yeah.
To manage all the game. If we win 1-0, we win 1-0. If the game draw, even though we're going for the win, if the game draw, no issue. We're inside already. We 3/4 inside. So that's my only thing I firmly believe, and JP really fill me with some confidence as well.
Agreed.
I believe that we could take it, but it's on us, not on the opponent.
Yeah.
We just get some comments on guys. Let me look at closing thoughts, right? Jody's saying here, don't forget to bring Marcel in on the FPL team, fellas. Yeah, do that.
That ain't happening. That ain't happening. No, remember you coming up. No, remember you coming off the bench. That ain't making sense. Unless you started consistent games. That ain't making sense.
He's only get two points to start, Nico. If he come on and scoring hat-tricks and things.
No, but but then when you watch the probability of him scoring in 20 minutes in comparison to 60 minutes or even 90 minutes is a big difference now.
Alright, Paulo. Jody also reminding us that he'll be sponsoring the All in All United FPL Champions 22-23 t-shirt, and he did sponsor the last season 20.
No, it wasn't him. Was him as well?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I know. The Vinjas was saying he was
Vindra.
sponsoring as well. Okay.
Yeah, well, like Jody jumped him, right? Jody saying here, Greg Cassie will lock them down.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I'm looking forward to that.
Kaden,
Yeah, looking forward to that.
yeah. Kaden saying here, we need to put this side to bed on Tuesday because it's our last home game and we know how it be traveling to Forest on Sunday, then to go Spain. Yeah, and we traveling for my all that 100. So
Yeah.
fully agree with this.
I think it's the next 5 games we're traveling for now.
The next 5 games?
Dude.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, yeah.
Oh boy.
Somebody check it now. Who's the next 5 games? Who we
Yeah.
traveling to?
It's Forest. I guess search that now.
Jody saying here, JP for president.
you bring a confidence to the panel, boy, Jody boy, and the listeners. JP bring a confidence to the panel. Anytime we have beat we or come out with that point, we play the fool.
The next
They should have a chance.
The next 5 games is Forest. We go to Forest.
And
This
then
after the Europa League tie. We go to Forest,
Yeah.
then we go to Spain. The Chelsea game is postponed. We gotta go to Brighton. We gotta go to Spurs.
Tottenham.
Then we got a home game versus Aston Villa.
Hey.
Yo, boy, we got Brighton in the semifinals, boy. Yo,
The
boy,
FA Cup.
Ten Hag,
Yeah.
and Ten Hag, I tip my hat off to you for what you have done with this team for this season, boy. You have made
For real.
lemons out of one. You have made lemonade out of one line, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Boy, I can't wait. I can't wait to these
And watch, man.
if the Qataris take over, boy. Ten Hag, boy, 500 million they're giving you, boy.
And?
500 million.
Anything you want.
No, but now you really have to analyze what Eric Ten Hag has done with these crop
Yes.
players for 49 games, bro. You have to.
Yeah.
The guy has
Yeah.
squeezed.
If we're being honest, if we're being very
Lord,
honest.
Yes.
Ten Hag, boy. I don't know, boy.
Yeah, because Arteta has struggled with half the challenges we had, and he complained because them had 2 games on a Saturday morning or something. So they complained
Yeah.
about that.
Arteta had a whole season out of Europe and he was still complaining.
Jody saying here, anytime we win that FA Cup and Europa, it's free Polori for everyone.
Screenshot that there.
I can use that.
Screenshot it.
That there.
Screenshot.
Screenshot that there.
I do not mind taking a trip from Toronto to Trinidad just for that. I don't mind.
So it's on the screen and it's saved in history, right? So Jody,
Right.
put it, yeah. Put your Polori where your mouth is, right? Aye. So fellas,
It's called a wow.
I just doing this because, right? Who was all the man of the match for today?
Bruno Fernandes.
Bruno for sure.
Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, Bruno for sure.
Bruno.
So
I think
everybody
Scott got an honorable mention. I think
He can get it.
I think he was good today.
For me, it's Bruno followed by Wan Bissaka and then Scott.
Saka had a good game
Fair.
too. But Saka had a good
Yeah,
game
boy,
too.
Wan Bissaka.
Fair.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, he started off shaky, but then he bring it together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you,
Cool.
Ten Hag working miracles with these fellas, boy. What's right?
Yeah.
When Bissaka was dead and gone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, but
how Ten Hag was there, key?
and
How? Nah, boy. I tell you, Ten Hag. Nah, boy. Woo.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, fellas, so it was a good show, fellas. It was good, right? It was a good game, you know. I feel like I watched back the last 30 minutes of the game after the
Oh,
trailer,
Lord.
you know?
Gee, I wonder why.
Somebody in the comments tell me what was the result for Frank Lampard today. I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
They lost.
You see them Chelsea men they come around normally they used to pop in and
quiet.
Yeah,
Black,
they're
the
coming.
cat said nothing.
Yeah.
All I
Julie
ask
saying, yeah, I'm a
someone
man
is
of
if
my
Modric
word,
score yet,
fellas.
you know.
But I find here, nah, boy, Madrid, boy, I'm thinking, boy. Jody saying I'm a man of my word, fellas. Reem, I ain't forget you. I have to go. Hey, yeah, boy, Jody, boy. All right, nice. Blessings, right? Um, Aaron Jones
I'm
on the
multi
inside. Thanks for
business.
joining, man. He's saying they here for me, leading 13 clean sheets.
I love it. Let me hold Liverpool could put Arsenal to the sword tomorrow, and then Ramsdale, because Aaron Ramsdale right now is on 12. So
With
I
that,
think
with
Pope.
that
I
form,
think Pope on 13 too.
yeah,
yeah.
Pope on
Yeah,
13.
Pope on 13.
But
Yeah.
with that form, Liverpool in by, nah, boy.
No, but
And Arsenal.
Liverpool only
Liverpool is
motivation was to beat us.
no, but Liverpool is in great form at home at Anfield. They're in great form at Anfield.
Okay. Jody saying, yeah, Bruno is his man of the match. All right, nice. So yeah, guys. So I mean, my man of the match was Bruno, followed by Anthony Martial. It was this close, right? Yeah.
Oh boy.
A
Right.
decimal point percentage, eh?
Yeah. Or if it's anything smaller than that. Yeah, so first it was nice. Greg, it's always good to have you on the inside, man. JP, Phil,
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
thanks for joining Nick and
Yeah,
myself
yeah.
on the stream. Those in the comments, we do appreciate the likes, the shares, the interactions. We look forward to it, man. So guys, we're gonna be here again on Thursday to, review Sevilla coming to the Theatre of Dreams, the Fortress Old Trafford. We're confident. So let's put them to the sword now and let me move on and advance in this competition.
Yeah, man.
Have a good night, guys, and see you all in the next
Good
one.
night.
Good night.
Good night.